There are bran cakes in the glove compartment. Oh.
Hey friends, how's it going? So we are now a little more than halfway through Pride Month, and I feel like I don't ever really talk about this particular aspect of things. You know, I try to talk about mental health a lot because it's something I'm very, very familiar with, and I try to talk about how to cope with anxiety and depression on certain occasions when I feel like it's necessary to speak up about it. But I don't usually talk about the LGBTQ community. I don't usually talk about Pride in general. First off, I just want to go ahead and say that to all of my fans, my friends, anybody who is even watching this video, if you've come out recently, I'm very, very proud of you, because that is not an easy thing to do at all. Society is making so many strides in the right direction. You know, we're making a lot of progress. I have a lot of hope for the future, for the LGBTQ community in general. I think that there are a lot of people who don't fall into that category, who are being much more accepting and much more patient and much more understanding about it. I wouldn't feel the need to make this video unless I knew that we're still a long ways out from making some really serious progress. I had a bit of a run-in on Instagram. My biggest problem with social media has always been there are so many people who, it's okay to voice your opinion. I've got no problem with people who have a well thought out opinion and they're willing to share it. My issue is rhetoric and bullshit that seems to just swarm social media on a regular basis. As somebody with a bachelor's in philosophy, it pisses me off to no end to have this argument with people who don't know how to argue, or with people who don't even bother to think about what they're saying and they just spew out venom just for the sake of spewing out venom. My recent run-in was over the concept of the pride flag. And this one guy in particular was really juvenile about it. Now, I could be the better man. I could, but I'm not. I'm a very petty human being. And so if you're going to be juvenile with me, I can do the same thing back. So here's this guy. Look at this guy. He's a jackass. And the reason why he's a jackass is because on this long, heated debate going back and forth on somebody's post, and you know how it is with Instagram or social media in general, you know, one guy says something and then, you know, you object to it, and then three more guys come along and start attacking you for your beliefs, and it just becomes a great big shit show. But he was basically making a mockery of the pride flag and saying that it doesn't mean anything, it's meaningless, it has no value, and it changes all the time. How can it mean anything if it changes all the time? Well, you know, the American flag has gone through several changes, but I guess, you know, that doesn't count, right? So, yeah, apparently the American flag was just the same flag, guys. It's been that way for the last 300 years. And if you don't agree with that, you are un-American. So we went back and forth. It got a little personal. It got to the point where, you know, he was trying to attack me for being an artist. He's like, oh, keep up your self-portraits, kid. To which I responded, you know, you're just mad because I have more creative talent in my pinky finger than you'll ever have in your entire body. To which he said, his talents at least make him money. Always comes back to that, doesn't it? Always comes back to the root of all evil, money. I mean, I didn't think that bullies, well, of course bullies still exist. I just thought at 27 years old, this guy appeared to be around my age too. You know, I figure at our age, late 20s, early 30s, you would think that the bullying would stop. Right? You would think that this juvenile crap between two people would have ended after you graduated high school. I have a fucking bachelor's degree, and I'm still, because of the internet, I'm still getting roasted for my beliefs and for what I stand for. And that's when I kind of realized, you know, I worry for people who, because for me it's whatever. I'm an advocate, but, you know, I don't necessarily classify it as anything in the LGBTQ community. So I feel so bad for people who genuinely are, you know, gay, bi, transgender, whatever. You know, when you guys come across jackasses like that, it's twice as painful. You know, it hurts twice as much when you know that that they're not only marginalizing the things that you view are right and necessary and important for social change, but they are marginalizing you as people in the process. And that sucks. That really sucks. So I wanted to make this video, I don't know, I guess to just let you guys know that you have one more person on your side, you know, and it's this guy right here. You know, I just get so frustrated by injustice in general, and there's a lot of it in this day and age. Probably more of it now than there ever has been. But at the same time, like I was saying earlier, there are so many great strides in the right direction. You know, when talking about minority communities, you know, when you're talking about the LGBTQ community, when you're talking about people of color, I think that there's a lot more patience and tolerance now than there was, you know, 50 years ago, 60 years ago, 100 years ago. There are huge strides towards trying to accept all people and all ways of life, and really just try our best to become the melting pot that we were supposed to be in the first place. So I don't want to make this video, I don't want to like leave the video and make this about me and this guy and like, oh, he picked on me. You know, that's not what this is about. This is about me showing you guys an example of bigotry and bias, even on a level that isn't super extreme. I mean, he's not going out and talking about how God wants all of these people dead and, you know, there's no slurs or anything like that, but it's ingrained. It's ingrained in his tiny little, you know, 1000cc monkey brain. Right now, this is the world we live in, right? And there's a lot to look forward to for the future. There's a lot. There really is. But we need a lot of work still. There's a lot of work still to be done. So that's the gist of it. You know, if you are a member of this community, really good for you for standing up for yourself, and good for you for not being afraid or ashamed of who you are. And if you haven't come out, if you don't feel comfortable about it, if you feel like you're going to be judged by your friends or your family, your peers, your teacher, your pastor, whatever, fuck them. And I don't mean that ironically, I don't mean that as a joke. I mean seriously, fuck them. It doesn't matter what they think. It only matters what you think about yourself. And the only thing I ever want for my friends or people I care about or people in my community who watch these videos or who are fans or friends of mine, the only thing I want for you guys is to be happy with yourselves. That's the only thing I care about. And when it comes to you and who you are and what you do with your body, you're you, and nobody can take that away from you. So be proud of that, you know? Be proud of who you are. Enjoy yourself, right? We only get one life, you know? That's it. We get one life to live. And compared to, you know, the entirety of the universe, right? The cosmological timescale, we are just the tiniest blip. So while you have this very limited amount of time, don't worry about what other people think while you're going through it. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your time here. That's what this is all about. Anyway, I'm going to get off my soapbox now. I recognize that I don't want to be condescending, right? Because I recognize that this isn't necessarily my fight. But I feel like all situations of injustice and bigotry and hatred are my fight as a member of the human race, right? I mean, we have to, if we ever want to come together and actually make changes that are tangible and can actually lead us to a better future, then we need to start coming together as a species. We need to start accepting each other for who we are. Like I said, it's going to take, that may never happen, right? It's like human beings are just assholes. So this may never work out, but all we can do is try. And that's I think the most important thing, is that we have today, we have each other, and we have all the time we need to try and make things better for tomorrow. So anyways, thank you guys so much for listening to this ramble. I hope it helped at all. Anything I can do to help. One more thing I'm going to point out, and I will let you guys go right after this, but I felt it was very necessary for me to bring awareness to this group in case you guys didn't know already. As somebody who talks about mental illness pretty frequently, suicidal ideations and suicidal thoughts and actions, and talks about depression and anxiety. When it comes to this topic, I really encourage all of you to take a look at the Trevor Project. The entire goal of the Trevor Project is to try and reduce the levels of mental illness and suicide rates amongst the LGBTQ community. So if you're a member of that community, they have a toll-free helpline. If you need help, please talk to them. If you're feeling like you want to support the community more, you can also donate to the Trevor Project. They're always looking for donations. They're a nonprofit organization. So in honor of Pride Month, why not donate? I know I'm going to. And of course, a link to all of this stuff will be available in the description of this video. All right, you guys, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for donating if you get around to it. If not, thank you for just spreading awareness in general. We got this. We definitely got this. Enjoy the rest of your Pride Month, and I will see you guys in my next video.